Hello friends, welcome once again to our next part of our image upload tutorial. In this video we'll see how we can upload our images to cloud service using Uploadcare service. So in our previous video we saw how we can get these images using our device camera and also picking our images from our device library. Alright, so if you have not yet subscribed, please feel free to subscribe on my channel in order to help me grow this channel and also to receive new updates of any videos that I'm going to be releasing. Alright, without wasting time, let's dive into the code to upload our image to Uploadcare. We'll need to see how we can first of all resize our images. To do so, we'll need to use a crop plugin to be able to resize our images. So we'll just define our image function, and inside here we'll define our image URL that we have captured from either our library or from the camera. So in our function here we'll pass in our image URL. Then here we'll declare our crop plugin that is going to enable us to resize our image by crop, and this one will have a method also of crop, and then inside here we have image path and also options. Options can be like maybe the quality of the image and all that. So here we'll just pass in our image that we have captured right here, and then we'll have options which will image options. Okay, then we can define this constant actually. So this image options, and we can just define those options right here. Say image options will. Okay, so here we'll assign a type to our variable here, which will be crop options, yeah, and that one will equal to the quality of the image quality. Then we can give it like 80%. all right, let's import from our crop function. Then after that we can then just pass in our options right there. Okay, we are having an error. Let's just have our image URL instead of image URL. Yep, that solves our issue. And then here so this method will have a response. So here we'll then have to also check for errors, if in case we have an errors. So we'll need to check that. So inside here we'll just say we'll console log and say error cropping, in case we have issues cropping our image. Okay, all right. So inside here then we can include our before we create a function that is going to send our image to the server, we need to first see how if we are able to crop these images, in other words resize them. So we'll just come right down here where we have our where we have our camera, and right down here we'll check first of all if result. So we'll say if result.permission not equal to false. Okay, then inside here we'll go ahead and call our crop function, and then we pass in our this dot we'll pass in our result right here. I think we'll just pass in our result right there. Okay. This need to use double equal signs. Okay, all right, so let's save and in Chrome browser. So we see that the image URL has been printed right down here. In order for us to upload an image from a URL that we have just returned from this camera here, we need to access the application storage directory and then pick that image from there. So to do so, we'll need to use the file plugin to be able to locate this image and then access its content that we can be able to upload. Okay, to do so we need to we'll just pass in here still image URL that we have cropped, and then from there we can just say const file will equal to this dot file. Then we access this local storage system directory. We resolve, actually it will be resolve, so it is resolve a local file system URL, and inside here inside here we'll pass in our image URL like so. So this one will return a response which will then have to, so here we'll have an entry file which will be of type entry file. Okay, all right, I think let's just define this right here. Yep, it is resolved. Actually what we can do is let's define this one as an entry, not file. Our response will be entry, and then here, okay, so we need to oh, it is console not print. Let's define this inside here, copy, and then come to where we have cropped our image here, and yes, this dot image URL, and then we pass in our cropped image right here. Okay, okay, so let's save and then run our application once again. Alright, so our application has finished launching once again. Let's go to our dev tools. So let's see what we are having. Good. So we have our returned entry file right here. This is our cropped URL. We used the file plugin here in order to resolve and access the device storage directory and get this file entry, which we then have to extract the file content out of this, which was this object which is returned. Alright, so that one having said, let's go ahead and create another function down here, which is going to be responsible for reading this file and converting it into a blob image file that we are going to then upload to Uploadcare. Okay, so we'll call this one upload image file to server. Good. So here we'll pass in our file that we have extracted here, and inside here we'll create a constant. So we just create another constant and call it from data, which is equal to new from data method right there. So inside here then we'll append our data content. But before we do that, I think we need to create our account on Uploadcare. So just type in Uploadcare right there to your browser, and you can go to login if you have an account. And then just from up there we can create a new project here and call it. So when you log in, it will take you to the dashboard of your account. Then in your dashboard, you can just go up here where there is projects, and you can create another project, image upload. Okay, and click create. So this has created for us our API keys, and get the public keys, which is this one, and also you can create the secret key. Okay, but we are interested with this public key, which you will then copy right there and save it to a secure location. Alright, so we can save this one here. We'll go to APIs and just here upload API. Okay, so let's go to direct uploads here. So here, if we go to the post request here, so if we define our post request with this parameter, with this argument, then we can simply add parameters like so. So we define our Uploadcare pub key. So I will just copy this. I think it's all that we need, and then paste it there. And here we'll just add the base parameter there. Come to just down here, and then we'll define this dot form data. So the name of the file will be file, then content will be the blob content that we converted here. We converted our image result into a blob, which we are going then to upload here, and the next parameter will be the name, the file name of the image, and that will be file.name. Okay, and then here we'll So that having done, then we'll then have to call HTTP. Let's first import that. Okay, I think we need to import this import. Okay, so we need just to go to our terminal here, and then the npm install at Angular. Our native module for HTTP has installed, so just define here HTTP dot post, and inside here we'll pass in the URL which you have got. Then here our next parameter will be our form that is subscribe, not response. Here you have to subscribe to this promise and then get a response, which will then have to convert to JSON. So we'll create a constant here, image So to access the file, we'll just then copy this, duplicate, and then append file here, so that we can get the file, the exact file which has been uploaded. Okay, all right. Okay, for us to get the image URL, we just have to access it via this code right down here. All right, so here we are simply accessing the upload CDN URL and then passing in the returned image ID here, and then here we try to resize this image and crop it, okay, to something that can be viewable on a device, or to a resizable image here. You may remove this if you don't want to scale your image, but for this tutorial I added that, and it can be just found we can just go to the documentation. I think we here one upload, is it file management. Actually using CDN. Yep. So here we pass in the parameters. Here we have passed in the UID, this one, and then the operation which I have passed in is the scale operation, and then we pass in the params, which is we pass in here the UID, which is this one that has been returned here, and then we passed in the params as scale crop, call this function here. So it will be this dot upload image to the server, then we pass in our file image right there. And I've just moved it there. Okay, so let's save, run again, and if we save and let's inspect, see here our image is being returned. Let's wait for a while. Good. Also, Uploadcare has also returned the response, which is this URL. Okay, so let's go to Uploadcare, and if we refresh, good, we see we have 2 images which have been uploaded here. Yeah, so now with this we have successfully completed our image upload tutorial.